already live, but I'll introduce myself. I'm Lauren Cadillac, and I have with me Adora Drake. And Adora, you are going to talk to us about yourself and your business and your life. Well, as much as you're willing to talk about your life.
I don't want y'all to go to sleep and get bored, so I won't talk about that too much.
Oh, stop. People are like really into life stories, though, I've found out recently. So I just started trying to like build a LinkedIn and that kind of thing. And you do like marketing, which we're going to get into, and you're going to tell me more about. But I've been like trying to like research, what do I do, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
How do I become more successful?
Right.
On LinkedIn.
Right.
That's how we met. So I know I'm already doing a good job.
You are.
Yeah,
you are. You're on track for sure.
Thank you. So tell me all about like what you do for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Like, and then once we know what you're doing, we're going to talk about how you got there and why. So
Okay. So I help entrepreneurs, mainly women, figure out how to build a brand and build that audience, kind of like what we just got through talking about, on social media. And then how do they convert that audience into their own ecosystem, which is usually that email list. And then ultimately, how do you get those people on the call with you for that sale? And so I teach people how to go through that entire process. I have a couple of coaching programs where you can work one-on-one with me, or you can work in a group setting with me. Either way, you'll get one-on-one attention. And I kind of teach you how to use these things. So like you said, you're working on LinkedIn. That's something we cover inside of the program. And we teach you how to use platforms like LinkedIn to find your audience, how to get people to book you, to want to be in your ecosystem and comment on your things and follow you wherever you go. So that's kind of what I teach. I've been doing that for, it'll be 4 years in September. I came, and I guess I can start transitioning into the other question. I came from a corporate background. And so I did the whole traditional, go to college thing, and graduated, went into corporate for a few years, at least 6 to 7 years. And I started getting people like asking me, Adora, like, how do I, navigate this whole social media thing? Because at the time, the biggest platform was Facebook. So we had Facebook and we had like a MySpace kind of thing. Well, Facebook was the biggest one. And so people were trying to figure out, like, can I use this for my business? So I started doing that on the side of my job. And eventually someone was like, you need to be charging for this, because I'm starting to get clients, like I'm making money off what you're telling me.
So what were you doing in corporate America?
So corporate America, I was on a marketing team. So a traditional team, they had me doing specific tasks. So at my job, I had the email marketing, I had the digital space. But what's different about corporate versus like doing your own thing is that you don't really have like the creative freedom. Like you always have to, either report to somebody else because they do a certain area of marketing, or you have to go talk to this other person because, they depend on your area. So it's really linked together and it's really limited. And so that's what I kind of didn't like about corporate. I couldn't be as creative as I want to be, versus now I get to build a whole strategy. Like I get to tell you, exactly what I think is going to work for you. And I get to use all of my creative juices. And so that's kind of why I transitioned out of corporate, especially after someone said they were making money on what they were learning from me. I'm like, hey.
Okay, right. So did you, through your corporate role, is that how you kind of learned how to use Facebook to market? Or did you like already know that? And then this person, so like, I kind of tried to figure out, because this person came to you as an expert, and then you built this expertise even further. So you obviously had some kind of knowledge. Where did you get like that base Facebook knowledge?
So that started a long time ago. That had nothing to do with college. that was just us being kids in high school when Facebook was starting to come out. It was starting to get popular. And we
Okay.
were some of the earlier adopters on there. So all of my friends were on there. We just learned how
Okay.
to use it. We learned all the features. And then I eventually went to college and started studying marketing. And so I learned how to use it, you know, during my corporate, especially internships. So I worked all through college. So I had all these different companies that I was interning at, from telemarketing to insurance, to banking. I learned how to use something I was already playing on as a, you know, as a student,
Right.
how to use that to bring them business. And so that's how I became an expert. By the time I graduated, I had all this experience already.
That is awesome for so many reasons. Like, I feel like, you know, when you're in high school, you don't think about, oh, I'm playing on the internet, you know, whatever
No,
it was, right? And then
just having
maybe,
fun. Yeah,
yeah, as
yeah,
an adult, I'll actually use that. So that is so cool to
right.
me.
Yeah, it
And
really
then,
worked out for me.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I really did. And I love that. And, you know, I mean, I knew in high school that I was going to be a lawyer.
Right.
So it makes sense, but I like hearing it from you because I feel like if my son heard that, you know, then he'd be like, oh, maybe these video games will come in handy or so, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
who knows, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I really like that.
yeah.
Um, so you were an early adopter on Facebook, and then
Mhm.
obviously there's been like a zillion other
Apps.
platforms,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
How do you keep up? Do you learn each one? Like, are you or are you like, I can teach these two platforms? Like what?
What do I do? Okay.
Not a great question. Not a complete question. Go ahead,
You're just
fill in
like,
the blank.
what?
You got it. Yeah.
So again, Instagram was the next big wave, and then you had YouTube, right? And so again, like I didn't really worry about business stuff when I was in college. I just kind of had fun, learned the platform. And so again, I just kind of picked up these things like the features and all these other things naturally. And I just started using it once I graduated and started doing business. And so again, I've been a long-term user of YouTube, and LinkedIn has been around for a long time. So it started off really boring. So they're just now actually adding a lot of new features like stories and things. And
Yeah.
so they're just now catching up with everybody else. But of course I was on there, but it was so boring. It was, you know, there weren't a lot of features.
I
So we
agree.
didn't really play on there.
I
But we
remember
played on
um,
Instagram.
I remember getting on LinkedIn like a decade ago when I
Yeah,
had an
I was like,
internship in
oh,
law school, and I was like, this
yeah.
is the like I wanted to know people so they would give me a job, but that was it.
Right.
Like it
But that was
wasn't
like literally it. Yeah.
that
Like
was
you didn't want to
all.
be on
And
the
now
feed. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I come back to it and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, this is like fun, you know, like
Yeah, like it's
I've met
cool.
people in Australia
Yep.
and UK and all that.
Yep.
So it's really cool.
It's really
Um,
evolved. Yeah. It went from a really boring kind of, you just kind of get on there real quick and put your resume on there, to it's actually like a social platform now. So they've really
right.
evolved
Yeah,
naturally.
I like that too. I like that I'm having fun with it right now, as you could tell. I'm
Yeah.
sure like
Yeah.
I'll get bored of it, or I don't know, there'll be a new thing. So okay, so you know, there's always like a new thing. That's
It
why
is.
I never did Instagram, because I was like, no, I had to learn how to use Facebook. Like that was
Right.
enough, you
Right.
know? And
And see,
then
I'm that person where I go to each one. I'm like, I got to see what's going on because everybody's talking about it. I'm not going to be left out.
yeah,
No FOMO here. Okay.
you definitely have like a marketing personality. I definitely have like a lawyer, like I've
Yeah.
learned this
Yeah.
topic and I am
Right.
good, right? Like I'm
They
done.
both work out really well. It just depends.
Well, and they can work really well together, right?
That's
So
true. That's true.
you mentioned branding, and I
Mhm.
mean this is my show, so I get to be selfish. Bri
Mhm.
didn't show up, so she doesn't get to be selfish today. But I feel like uh I need help branding, in the
Right.
sense that I feel like I have great marketing, right? I
Mhm.
have a
Mhm.
gal who supports my social media. She does really good work. I make a ton
Mhm.
of content for YouTube.
Okay.
You know, I'm on LinkedIn, but I feel like there's not like the Nike swoosh. You know, like
Gotcha.
there's no like I feel I'm lacking in the branding, and I feel like I need someone to tell me what to do with it. I don't think it's something I can just figure out. So what do you do? How do you help people with that aspect? This is like one thing to learn LinkedIn or whatever, which is what I've
Yes.
done, right? But
Yes.
now I still feel lost because I feel like there's some kind of something I'm missing branding wise, or like
Right.
a
Right.
cohesiveness or something. So tell me,
Gotcha.
how do you help people with that? And what is that? What should I be working on?
So I am not a branding strategist. I'm more of a marketing strategist, but I can speak a little bit on the brand. So that brand is, like you said, that Nike swoosh or the Starbucks that you see, you get you that experience, what you feel when you see that person. And that's something that you have to develop yourself, unfortunately. So you're going to have to think about, what do I want my audience to feel when they come see me? What do I want them to expect from me? What do I want them to know automatically when they hear about my show? They're going to get this experience when they come and see me. And that's something that you have to have. And you have to define early on in your show. And so I hope that answered your question. But like I said, I'm not a brand
It
strategist,
does.
but that's a
But
huge part of your marketing, is having that brand.
so, okay. So can I, for instance, have LinkedIn where I brand and market to entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
use Facebook to brand and market to, people who maybe need my services through the city of Dallas or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right? They're not entrepreneurs. They're
Yeah.
regular folks who need some government, money or whatever. So can I be like different people on each platform? The reason is because I don't like commitment,
Yeah.
and I don't like pigeonholing myself. Like I don't want to I'm not just this person, right? Like I
Right.
have all these
Right.
aspects. And so for me, that's where I think I get overwhelmed with the idea of like the marketing and branding. And you're like, who are you going to be? But
Yeah.
who I am is like, I don't have multiple personalities, but
Yeah, I get it. And you know what? That is not having all these different aspects of yourself. Like, that's not the problem. The problem is having that universal, oh, this is what I'm going to expect from this. I mean, think about Kim Kardashian. She's a model. She's doing law. She's on reality TV. Like, she's all of these things, right? But when you think about Kim Kardashian, you know that what you're going to get. You know you're going to get somebody that has a personality that's out there. You know she's going to be out there looking cute. Like, you're going to get that same person no matter whether you have her as a model or as an entrepreneur over here. And that's the way you have to think about your business.
Oh.
A little light bulb moment.
You did. Okay.
Get
I
it?
love that. So
Okay.
it's not about like, this is the one thing we do.
Right.
It's about
Your overall.
this is who we are.
Right.
When we do these things, this is who you're getting to do.
No matter what, like, you're going to get me. So whether I decide to go sell tacos tomorrow, you're still going to get the same personality. You know you're going to get Adora's Tacos.
Right.
That's the brand.
Okay. Oh.
I see you over there getting it.
Okay. I am like, yes. Okay. And so then the marketing always should have a piece of that fundamental, whether it be about estate planning or this or whatever.
Yes. Because you're marketing that brand. So you have the brand now. So we'll use Kim Kardashian. And then now you have to market that brand to a specific type of people. And like, everybody doesn't like Kim Kardashian.
Right.
So there's specific people who like Kim Kardashian. So they're going to have to be marketed to see her personality. So let's say we're trying to sell her perfume. Well, there's specific people that follow her. They've been following her since the first season of the show, right?
They're already sold.
Yeah, they're already sold.
Right.
But you have the people in between, they don't quite, really know her from the beginning, but they like some of her style. They like her on Instagram. And so it's our job to create a strategy that's going to reach those people and tell them why they should buy from her. So she's not just a model. She's an entrepreneur. She knows real estate. She knows, she's been on TV. She's been in movies. And so she has all of these aspects of her. And so that marketing strategy ties all of that together in order to get more sales for her.
Okay, so what about that third category of people? Well, I guess maybe there's like four. So you
Yeah.
mentioned there's the people who love her, who are her
Mhm.
followers, whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna do when she
Whatever.
says jump, they say how high.
Yeah,
They're gonna do
exactly.
it, right? These are
Exactly.
like the ones who did what was that stupid thing that the sister had where they like sucked their face or something?
Oh
And
God, I saw that. I was like, what in the?
I don't know what that is, but those people, there's those diehards who will do
Yeah.
weird things like that without even
Yeah.
questioning it.
Yeah.
They're already sold. We don't need to market to them, right? Like, no
No,
point.
not really. I mean, you can, but you'll be wasting time.
But why? Right? It's not going to be the ROI that you want, right?
Right.
So your said now you just said we'll go for people who are they know Kim Kardashian. They're not like "Ugh."
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of fans. Here and
Okay.
there.
But what about so when you're doing the marketing, are you targeting the people who are like I guess if the insane followers are like hot,
Mm-hmm.
then and the people who are like, yeah, okay, but you know, whatever, are warm,
Yeah.
and then you would have cold, maybe people are apathetic, and then you would have freezing, people who dislike her. Are you
Yeah.
gonna market to cold and freezing, or are you
You
only
would never
marketing
market.
warm?
You would never market to a freezing, don't like her audience.
Okay,
Okay, so
no point.
that's not the objective at all.
Haters are gonna hate
Right. And they're always
that.
going to be there, right? So no use to
Okay,
throwing your dollars at them. Just let them do their thing. So then you
okay,
mentioned the warm audience. So the warm audience is where you want them to be because you can turn a warm audience to a hot audience, right? And so
uh-huh.
that's the sweet spot right there. So if you can get that cold audience to turn to a warm audience, then you have a higher chance of getting them to be a hot audience.
Okay, so marketing dollars wise,
Mhm.
because this show is for entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
And a lot of folks are out here doing great work, but they
Mhm.
have not learned about, okay, I need to do this ROI. I need to know what this is.
Yeah.
I know what that. So I want to make sure we're educating our audience.
Right.
When we spend money on marketing, we
Mhm.
want a return on
Yeah,
that marketing, right?
exactly.
And so where if you're well when you're running a marketing budget and let's
Mhm.
just say it's $1,000 because I don't have any idea it was and I don't know if it's a month or whatever but if I
Yeah.
give you $1,000 to do marketing
Mhm.
how much are you putting towards warm and how much are you putting towards cold?
I would put most of my money towards a warm audience because
Okay,
they're gonna be hot faster than a cold audience, right? It's gonna
okay,
take a
yes,
lot longer to, and that's what people they think they can just throw some ads and then like a cold audience will turn warm. That doesn't happen. There's a process from turning somebody cold into warm, and so that's something I teach again in the program. But if you are marketing to people who are already kind of, they're warm, they know you at least, they've seen you, they've come to this show, they've been commenting, they've been kind of following you, they're going to be already kind of interested in an offer that you have, right? So if you open up the floor and say, hey, you guys can book a call with me this week, they're going to be like, okay, I've been following her for like 3 months. Maybe I should just see what she has to say because they kind
right,
of trust you already, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's where you should be putting your efforts on that warm audience because they're going to be faster than the cold one. The cold one's going to take a little bit more of a process. And that's a process that you should have in place because you do want them to go from cold to warm. But as far as getting in and getting those sales faster, that warm audience is where it's going to turn hot.
the best ROI or return on your
Yes.
investment is going to be the warm.
Yes, absolutely.
So you mentioned the program.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell us about your program because already I want to know what you're teaching because already I need to figure out how to get cold to warm.
Yep.
Because I know what you're saying with the warm is they're converting easily, right?
Absolutely.
I have a client, she used me 1 year.
Mhm.
She then signed up for my YouTube. Now she uses me all the time. She's like, I see you on YouTube. I feel like I know you, which is
Yeah.
great, right?
Yeah.
And I talked to her on the phone. We have a great relationship, right?
Mhm.
She now sends me tons of referrals. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, she was warm already because she used me for this one thing, right? And so that's an automatic built-in warm audience.
Yes.
People
And that would,
who already
I would actually consider that type of person that's a hot lead. Right
okay,
there.
that's
That's
a
somebody
hot,
who's already
okay.
worked with you. Now, a warm person is someone who's been kind of following you. They haven't necessarily worked with you,
Okay.
But they maybe saw you on YouTube a couple of times, you know, they saw you maybe at a networking event or something. So they're like, okay, I kind of trust what she has to say. So let me see,
Okay.
can she help me?
So
And so that's a warm person.
tell me about your program and how you're going to help me learn to get warm people and then
Yes.
they turn them hot, really, right? So
Really, yes.
Yes.
That's
So tell me
exactly
about
what I'm
this
going to do.
program. Okay, let's hear
That's
it.
exactly what we do. So we help you set up the whole entire funnel. So I'm going to teach you how to convert somebody from that warm all the way to the hot. And like I said, there is a process in between. I call it the scale method. Okay, so that's that 5-part method that you're going to go through each of these steps to get that person from, oh, I kind of know, you know, what they talk about. I kind of seen them here and there, to let me get on here, let me get on her email list and see what else can she offer me, which is usually like a freebie or something that relates to your industry. And then, okay, well, maybe I should get on a call with her because I have this problem and it looks like she has the experience to help me. And so I teach entrepreneurs how to set this process up for their specific business.
Okay. So I mean, this is like super valuable information. So how long is the program? Like, I am an entrepreneur who is interested in your program. So tell me about what my expectation needs to be.
Yes.
That kind, you know, how do I sign up? How much is it going to cost? So on and so forth. The whole thing.
Okay, so you can actually go look on the website. I'm going to give you guys the link.
Okay.
But what the program is going to be 4 months long, which this one's really going to be exciting because we're going to have the whole Black Friday and everything in between. So I'm going to teach you guys how to get even more traction during that time. So I'm like, this holiday season is going to be even more exciting, but it's a 4-month program. We are going to meet together every 2 weeks. I'm going to do a training. It's going to be 90 minutes long on how to set this up. You will get 30 minutes with me per month, specifically one-on-one, where we talk about your business. And if you get stuck anywhere, that's where you can ask those questions. That's where you can get unstuck. Unlimited emails to me. So if you get stuck anywhere during the week, just email me and say, hey, Adora, you know, help me. And I'm there to help you out. So it's really, it's not one-on-one, but it is one-on-one, where you can get this training to really help you, like I said, scale. And that's that scale method that I'm talking about.
I love that. What is the website? I'm putting it for our Facebook audience.
Okay. So it's adoradrakemarketing.com. And if you guys go there, go ahead and download that profit email guide. That's going to give you those top 5 emails that I use to convert people into a sale. And I think that's going to be really valuable for you guys.
That's awesome. I don't think we've had a guest give us a free gift yet, or our audience a free gift yet. So this is
go there and download.
First free gift guest.
Like
Thank you, Adora. That's fantastic.
You guys are welcome.
So with your program in the 90 days, I'm assuming, but you know what they say about assumptions, that I don't have to be in the same city as you to,
of course not.
to do this program, right? I could be in a different country.
Yeah, you really can. As long as you know English, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, right. And
I can't speak anything else.
I sent my daughter she was really excited. She's 8. And I was like, I'm going to send you the Spanish immersion. And she was like, yeah, right. She was so excited. And then she got there and she realized immersion means that they only speak Spanish.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to go. I don't speak.
I had that experience before. I got to college and I was like, okay, I took Spanish 1, 2, and 3 in high school. This is going to be a breeze. When she walked in speaking all Spanish, I was like, no, I'm not going to survive.
Drop that. That's going to be a drop.
I was like, no, I can't. That little dictionary could not help me. So.
My issue was that they were talking about like past predicate participles, and
yeah, I was like, oh no,
like, I don't know what that is in English.
Barely know yeah, I barely know this in English. So
the word participle. What are you talking about?
I was like, nah, you guys tried, but that's not gonna work.
Yeah, definitely. You tried it.
You tried.
I love it, adore it. So tell me, like, we like to talk about personal things. I know you said someone came to you, wanted to help with the Facebook, and they were like, I'm
Yeah.
making money. I should be paying you because now I'm making money.
Right. Right.
And that was it. That was just the light bulb, or was there more
Yeah,
to
it
it
was.
than that? That was
Yeah,
it.
it was nothing crazy. It was like, oh wow, like if she's making money, then somebody else needs me, right? And so
Uh-huh.
she did refer other people, but I found other people. And so again, I had people telling me like, wow, Dora, like, I'm getting more people to my website. I'm getting more people like calling me. And so I started charging more. Like I started getting more experience, charging more, getting more confident. And so eventually, when the job laid me off, because they laid me off anyway, like
Ah,
I had all these other, I was like, okay, well,
you were ready to go.
it's like a
I love
sink or
that.
swim thing, It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you can go over here and keep trying to look for a job, or you can just keep doing your thing. And so
Right. You were already building it. So you might as
yeah,
well, take the momentum you
I was
had
like, let me
already
just
built
try
up.
it. Like I can always go back to work, right? So that's kind of
Yeah.
how that went.
I love that. And you said you've been doing it for 4 years on your own. Is that right?
In September, it'll be 4.
And
Yeah,
have you even looked back at all?
no.
No. Right. That's how I feel.
It's been so awesome. Like,
Yeah. That's how I feel. I had a corporate job.
mhm.
And then I was started my firm and started developing things while I was at the corporate job, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
I was like, I'm so when layoffs came, it was like, bye, and
Like they did me a favor. Like I was trying to I was kind of sad like the first 2 weeks, like, oh, I lost my job. And then I got like a light bulb moment, like, girl, like you're the most valuable. It's still you.
This is your opportunity. This is the universe giving you that drop kick.
Oh, right. I was like, oh, okay. So I woke up and got real and started working. So
I love that. I love that. But it's an easy transition. And I would say for anyone who is wanting to become an entrepreneur, right? They already have the job, and for me it was like health insurance. Like I can't leave this health insurance, right? That would be crazy to leave health insurance.
Right.
So and I get that, and I would encourage folks to start their business if they can while they're there with that security, with that, make it your side hustle, and then eventually you'll be able to afford private health insurance. Your side hustle becomes your full hustle, and you'll be like, I don't need this corporation anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I love that you had that same experience that I had.
Yeah.
I think it's great. And I think it shows too that you're really ambitious, because a lot of folks, they have a 9 to 5 and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They come home at 5 and days over.
Like you said, they never think about anything else.
Exactly.
But I was always, I liked the job. I was like, okay. But I always had in the back of my mind, like, is this it? Like, something just doesn't feel right. You're doing some stuff and people are smiling and stuff like that, but it just doesn't feel right.
Would you ever go back, do you think, to maybe not corporate?
You'd have to drag me. I mean, you drag me there and handcuff me to a cube, maybe.
Yeah, kicking and screaming. Yeah, I hear you. Definitely. Definitely. I feel the same way. It's like I have this strange habit of driving by and seeing a now hiring sign and being like, okay, I can work there, right? If things don't work out, like the Walgreens
mindset,
the Walgreens next door is hiring a clerk, and I'm like, okay, if this lawyer thing doesn't work out, I can always clerk at the Walgreens,
right? And you can. Like that's what I always say. Like and I tell young, new entrepreneurs, like, okay, if something fails, like you can still keep going. Just go get a part-time job then. Like it doesn't have to be the end of the world because you didn't hit it the first time. Like nobody does that.
It is. So I mean, I don't want to go be the clerk at Walgreens.
Of course not. But if you have to drive DoorDash or something, I
mean. Exactly. It's there. I saw a post on LinkedIn the other day. This girl was saying that she had moved in with her parents so that she could focus on her business and not have, rent and that kind of stuff. Right. And she was saying that it was a step back. And I'm thinking that sounds like a step, like a leap forward to me, right? Like you cut your expenses, you have more money,
right?
You can commit more time and money to this business, and I can see how someone would perceive that, or even
on the outside,
on the side, you perceive that as a step back. But if it's in furtherance of your goal, is it really a step back?
Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah. I that. I like you, Adora. You're fun.
I like you too.
Oh, it's good. It worked out well, huh?
I did.
Weird if you came here and we didn't like each other.
That would be so awkward.
2 minutes of us staring at each other, it would be
Like,
super awkward. Yeah, yeah. How do you think, so I feel like last year, we were all just like on lockdown.
Yeah.
It was rough. And I feel like this year people are just like,
Yeah, just get out there and go free. Especially here in Texas, they're just let it out real early.
Right. Do you think there's been a change in your business because of that?
Yeah.
And if so, what is that change? Like, are people committing more to marketing? Because I feel like when things crash, I was like, I need to up my marketing budget.
Yeah. Yeah. So you had two groups of people. You had people like, I need to hold on to my money because I don't know what's going to happen. And then you had the other people like, oh, now's the time because we're all on Zoom to start doing more digital marketing. And so on my point of view, it was more people over here ready to make some changes. And those were the people before the pandemic. I used to try to have to convince, like, I think you should do some more digital marketing here. And I think you should probably blah, blah, blah. And they were kind of reluctant, but after the pandemic, they were like, Adora, like, remember how you told me? So it definitely changed for me. I don't have to do as much preaching on why you should do marketing now. It's kind of people kind of have that understanding. So I'm really glad about that. So now all I have to preach is how to implement that for a business owner.
That is truly fantastic. Like
it really is. Because I'm like, well, at least I don't have to do all that anymore.
Yeah. And it is great. And I feel like in the past, like in 2008 when we had the crash, I think people really scaled back on marketing.
Oh yeah.
Especially digital.
Well, people just get scared. They're like, okay, I need to hold on to my money. And so everybody has this concept that marketing means that like you're throwing stuff in the trash, which it shouldn't mean. But people have this concept like, okay, if I have this money, it's probably not going to come back. And so that should never be the way you market.
Yes, if your marketing's not returning you at least 2 to 3 times what you put in.
Something ain't right. Yeah, it's not right.
You need to call Adora right away because
something ain't right. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we went lockdown, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna up my marketing budget." Like,
See, I even upped my marketing budget. So I started changing my plan a little bit more. I started doing more video, more, guest posting. I started getting out there more because that's the time to do it. Yeah. So I'm definitely on team scale up versus scale back because I feel like the more people scale back, the more you can get in front.
I love it. Okay, so we have reached the point of our show where we do shameless plugs. You're the guest, so you get to shamelessly plug yourself first. You get the floor. You get to tell us about your business, how people can reach you, anything you want to do. The floor is yours, my friend.
Awesome. So, okay, guys, if you are interested in that program I was telling you about, it's the 4-month accelerator program. Go ahead and head over to my website. It's adoradrakemarketing.com/top5. I want you guys to download that gift. It's going to show you the top 5 emails that I use and all of my clients use to convert those warm followers we were talking about into actual sales. And so I don't want you guys to miss that. You can also book a call with me. It'll also be on my website. So if you guys head over there to adoradrakemarketing.com, go ahead and get on a call with me if you're interested in the program. I hope to see you guys there.
I love that. I'm so excited. I put the website in the Facebook comments.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm absolutely going to go check it out.
Okay.
When we're done here. I don't want to be rude to like go right now, but I'm going to go check it out. I'm so much more into the marketing thing now.
Yeah. It's really cool. And it's really more cool because if you see an ROI, it's like, okay, I did all of this effort. Like my work is finally paying off. And like you said, people will start following you and commenting and wondering where you are. And that's where you want to be because they turn into sales.
That's right. I love that. All right. So my shameless plug, I am Lauren Cadillac of Cadilac Law. We are a full service law firm based in North Texas. We help all types of people, but only regular people. We do not have marble floors or walls, and we are just a firm full of normal regular people. Our website is cadillaclaw.net. That's CADILACLAW.net. And of course, I have a YouTube where I share lots of content about estate planning, title issues, business, and tax. So check those out. All right. So I like to close the show with questions about favorites.
Favorites.
Okay. We had a chef on the show once, so I was like, oh, what's your favorite food? And so that kind of has now become my tradition. Right. So Adora, what is your favorite food?
This is going to sound really bad, guys, but I am a junk food eater. Okay. So my favorite food is pizza.
Oh, I love
burgers, pizza. The funnel cakes that you get at Six Flags over Texas or the fair, either one. Corny dogs. Anything a 5-year-old would eat, like, yeah.
We could totally do lunch together. Because I was literally this morning in the car thinking, I really just don't eat that well. Like, I just don't eat that well. I'm almost 40 and I still just eat crap.
Yeah, exactly. Like, anything a little 5-year-old would eat, I'm there, including ice cream. I'll eat that too.
We will definitely do lunch. I love that.
I'm down.
What is your favorite platform to market your own business on?
Oh, this one's gonna be hard. Okay, it's between YouTube and Instagram.
Okay.
And if I had to pick one, I would probably say Instagram.
And why?
It's just so much fun. I love creating the content. Like, I love talking to the other people on there. And then I've made so many friends just from Instagram.
Really?
So yeah, you just get on there and just be yourself. People think you gotta be this brand, this strong, you don't have to do that. You just be yourself. It's that brand we were talking about earlier. And
yes, and I think definitely for me, out of this show, the thing I have that's really come the most is just be yourself.
Be yourself.
I'm always just myself. I know, nobody has to remind me that in real life. But I guess with marketing, because it's a still public facing thing. Right.
You don't people have this thing
that you have to be professional or whatever. I mean, I am a professional, but I'm silly too. So
yeah, exactly. And I think you should show that, right? Because your clients are gonna want somebody that's laughing with them, that's gonna be silly with them versus somebody suit and tie.
I agree. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm a normal person. I help normal people, and I'm really gonna start. I'm telling you today,
that's the brand. I'm
going to your website, man. This is what I've been looking for. I feel where I was saying there was a gap, I feel like you literally just filled the gap for me.
Well, see, guys, that's what I do. So basically, that's basically what I do. I fill in the gap, teach you guys how to make more money.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Well, I so appreciate you coming to our show today.
It was fun. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm glad. I'm sorry that Bri missed us because she wasn't feeling well. I know she would have y'all would have gotten along well too. Bri is the best lawyer marketer I've ever met.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I think you guys would have really clicked, but that's all right. We can have you back some other time. I mean, you obviously are just a wealth of knowledge. And
yes, I will definitely come back, guys.
I love that. So we will definitely schedule you. I want to let the audience know we will not be here on July 2nd. I'm taking a very well-deserved break from work. Yes, for a few days. So we'll be off then, but we will return in July and look on social media to see who our guest will be. All right, Adora, give us that website one more time.
It's AdoraDrakeMarketing.com. And I want you guys to go to the free guide that I have on there. It's going to help you guys with your emails. I give you the top 5 marketing emails that I use and all my clients use to make that money.
Yay. Thank you, Adora. Thank you so much. And we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.